Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Randall. This is the McClures. We react, we review, we look at, we make fun of stuff over here. We are sponsored by McClures.store. You can buy American products to help other American families and stop buying crap from China. McClures.store. Alright, Biden's cognition under question after latest sit-down interview. We have Maria Bartiromo, Sunday Morning Futures. Let's take a look at the dumbass piece of shit currently pretending to destroy the country. Well, I mean, he is doing that, but he's pretending to run it, and that's what's destroying it. Anyways, you feel me? Let's go.
It's my intention. My intention to run again. And we have time to make that decision.
Is it? Are you going to have
Dr.
time?
Biden is for it. Mr. President. Oh.
Dr. Biden thinks that, my wife thinks that.
Took him a minute there. He's like, Dr. Biden? Who the fuck is Dr. Biden? Well, let's see. My son's a crackhead. The other one's in rehab all the time. And Dr. Oh, my wife. The fake doctor. Gotcha. Gotcha. That one. Okay. Okay.
That we're doing something very important. And that I shouldn't walk away from it.
Oh, is that right? What are you doing?
That was President Biden.
What are you doing that's important, Joe? Joe? Anybody in the comments, can you name one thing important that Joe's doing?
Appearing to zone out during an interview this week, raising renewed questions regarding his cognitive abilities. It comes as Republicans have momentum on their side. Heading into the midterms, the latest Fox News power rankings show Republicans capturing 232 seats in the House, more than enough to secure the majority. Joining me right now is New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. She sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congresswoman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. What is your reaction to Joe Biden in that interview, also saying that he intends to run again, and the impact of this?
I get it. I'm the one that pushed play on the video. But why the fuck do we care what she thinks? I don't... Okay.
Well, this is really sad, but he reminds me of a Madame Tussauds wax figure. He comes out and they turn him on and he delivers.
Madame Tussauds? This is the reference we're going with? All right.
Talking points that are presented to him by
the
shadow government, the staff behind him.
Let's go with that.
And he's really showing that he's not competent to do this most important job in our nation. And I've joined on a letter with Congressman Ronnie Jackson about making him subject to a cognitive.
Is this why she's on the show? Because she joined onto a fucking letter? I mean, they're scraping the barrel at this point, no?
Test. You know, this is serious stuff. We've got enemies around the world. You've been interviewing tremendous people about China, about what's happening in the war in Europe, which is unprecedented. We've got to start looking into whether Joe Biden is actually capable of being the president. I think he's not. I think we should.
Nobody needs to look into it. 100% of people questioned anywhere across the globe are all in agreement.
Consider all of these avenues.
So would the 25th Amendment, would impeachment be on the table then in the new Congress? Because it's not just the corruption that we talk about all the time, but now...
And that's why nobody brings it up. Because if you bring it up, you have to bring up the 25th Amendment, and then guess who's in charge? Yeah. Scary, right? Running in the country from her knees, bro. Well, I guess Biden's on his knees, so she's on her back? I don't know. And what is IBEW for Joe? Well, anybody, let's get some memes going for what does the IBEW for Joe mean? That would be funny. I should write
there
that
are
down.
national security issues surrounding the possibility that he's unfit.
Yeah, actually, Maria, I agree with Senator Ron Johnson. I mean, we've got an issue with this president. The corruption is one. We're looking at a direct dereliction of duty on the southern border. We have laws in place that are deliberately, for political reasons, being avoided, which is why I don't think impeachment should be off the table for the southern border alone. I don't think it's political to impeach someone for imperiling the American people when you see over 80 people on the terror watch list going into the country that we know of. Forget about the gotaways, which are over 600,000 now, and the fentanyl that is coming across the border and killing 300 young people a day. These are crimes against America, not to mention the fact that the taxpayers are paying for all of this, and we're paying the price with increased crime, added to states like New York, where I'm from, where you see this continued crisis with crime everywhere I go, whether I'm doing a small business visit, a farm visit, all I hear about is a crime story. We have crime stories developing everywhere. This cashless bail system that Kathy Hochul refuses to talk about in New York State. We had a tragedy. A man was let out on bail. The next day, he shot and killed his wife in front of her children in a district near me. So these are real issues. And then, I mean, honestly, as my son is a Marine, I look at what happened in Afghanistan, the complete lack of necessity for what was happened, the just botched pullout of Afghanistan without keeping our service members in place. He's commander-in-chief.
Shout out to your son.
He's completely incapable of doing these jobs. I don't think impeachment would be, political in this case. I think the American people are seeing it before their TV sets every single day that this man is not only corrupt, he's incompetent, and his family has been enriching themselves at the expense of the taxpayers for...
Bro, who didn't know that before the election? Like, seriously, we're 2 years in and the media's like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? Oh my God. He's like so corrupt. And oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? You're a little late.
For decades, and yet our legacy media, not people like you who do a fabulous job of pointing this out, are ignoring this. They're covering it up because they don't want this narrative out in this very, very important midterm election that we're facing.
It's very disturbing, and I think it is a dereliction of duty. Certainly when you look at the wide open border and this poisoning of Americans, and New Yorkers are feeling it. That's why we're seeing the polls in New York tighten for the governor's race. Look at Lee Zeldin closing in on Kathy Hochul, who has said she doesn't want to talk about cashless bail until after the election.
If this guy wins, that is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. They're like some crazy plus 50 Democrat district or something. And this little dorky dude is just gonna roll up as a Republican and take this shit. That's fantastic. I don't know nothing about this dude. I don't know if he's good or not, but it's funny, bro. Believe that.
What's most important, do you think, to the voters in New York right now? Because you're right about crime in New York City, and I guess it's being felt everywhere with some people connecting the dots to the gotaways and the illegal migrants coming in as well.
Well, as you've covered many times on this show, we've seen these late-night flights coming into New York State. We don't know where these people are going. We've got this beautiful sanctuary area in New York City that they're providing with, a fortune in taxpayer money. But yes,
oh yeah, didn't New York build the immigrants, or not like gave them their own island or something? And they named it after me? How fucked up is that, bro? Randall Island? Seriously? Seriously? I don't want to be Shithole Island, okay? What the fuck?
Cashless bail has affected the entire state. This is a problem that the police are having with defund, demoralize the police on top of the fact that they have no tools. The criminals are being emboldened. They get a little more courageous in committing more and more crimes because they're let out. We have no tools. And that's why you see Lee Zeldin surging in the polls. And we also have, interestingly enough.
Did she just call him Zelda? Because he's just a little white dude? Anybody got a picture of him in a green suit? Let me see little Zelda.
Michael Henry, who is challenging Letitia James, who I think is one of the most corrupt attorney generals we've had. Compare that to our past attorney generals, Eric Schneiderman, who left in disgrace.
And Letitia James is the crazy chick that ran for office saying that she's going to politically target Donald Trump. That's why I'm running. I'm going to attack him and go after him. We're going to just waste time and money and investigate for no reason. So they elect her to do that. That's what she's doing. And she's a piece of shit.
Elliot Spitzer, Andrew Cuomo. So you're seeing this tremendous surge with people recognizing.
As Tom McDonald would say, that's like a piece of shit who ate a piece of shit, who fucked a piece of shit, got an STD by a piece of shit, or some kind of piece of shit like that.
One-party rule in Albany is hurting our state, and it's putting New Yorkers in jeopardy. I hear about it every day. It's inflation, it's the price of gas, and it's crime. People are very, very concerned about their safety.
All of this as China is rising. Congressman, we'll be watching all of that. Thanks very much. Claudia Tenney this morning in New York.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I mean,
no one gives a shit. Doocy, Kelmy, Sasquatch, whoever you are. Alright guys, it's probably a little too late for me to be watching Fox News with women yakking. I don't really know anything about or why they're yakking or why they have the ability to yak and tell me anything in the first place. Drop a comment or don't. Either way. McClures.store is where you can get your American merch so you don't support the CCP. Buy something from America, bro. It's good stuff. Let me tell you. McClures.store. Later.